What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Shadow Pack Gaming News and Updates. Meet the team. Today we got one of our pack leaders in the house. We got Lil Sanity Zero. That's LilSanity0. He's one of the guys that kept me in the stream game while I was out and about, kind of dealing with some in real life stuff. So it's really exciting to have him here in the studio via satellite. Let's just bring him on to the show, and away we go. What up, Sanity?
How you doing, sir? How's your night going? How's everyone doing today?
I am doing
Thank you
good,
for having me.
and thank you for joining me here in the studio via satellite. Um, it is
Always a
the
pleasure.
it is the day after Halloween. So how'd your Halloween go?
Good, good. I got my snack bag here. Safety check. That's the stuff that didn't make it.
Right.
I got a good parent. Took the kid out last night. Did the trick or treating.
Okay. Good. Okay, so we
Was good
kind of
on
went.
your end.
Oh man, everything is great on our end. We actually just did and you guys will probably be watching this video potentially a week out after the actual interview. So it is the day after Halloween, and so we did the Easter egg hunt basically for the kids. So basically, it was a trick or treat hunt at the grandparents' house, and we didn't go anywhere. Just kind of kept them in the house and had them run around in their costumes, and it was just dinner with the family with an additional Easter egg hunt in it. So that's what we end up doing.
As long as the kids had fun, that's what matters.
That's it.
Keep it simple, keep it safe.
Right.
It's
Right.
key.
Um, okay, so we went over the questions already. As a matter of fact, this is potentially, maybe, I don't know, maybe little Sanity was actually one of the very first people to actually do interviews with me to play my guinea pig. So this is actually our second take, and I want to basically thank him again for letting me test all the stuff. And here we are doing our official interview. So, Sanity, is there anything you'd like to tell the folks out there? You already know what we're going to be asking you, but is there anything you want to add beforehand that's not part of the questions?
Nothing new, nothing significant. We did have fun the first time. It's always a blast. Always a good time working with you. I enjoy it.
Oh, thank you.
So the second time around, it's always a good time. So I appreciate you coming back, making sure we got everything right.
Yeah, as right
Let's
as
let's dive into the fun.
let's dive into it. All right. So, what does your setup look like, Sanity?
I actually ran through a measurement on my TV last time we went over this. I had just a TV and Xbox. It's about a 40-incher.
Okay.
So I am looking to upgrade.
Okay.
The holiday season come up. Wink, wink. But I got the straight Xbox right off the stream. And looking into a PC soon. But for right now, that's what I'm working with.
Okay. It's like one of these things that if you really want to get into streaming, you don't need a big elaborate setup. It's really about what you bring to the stream, and then of course all the equipment will come after. So, like I enjoy your streams, and you and when you're usually in there with like E-dubs, normally when I grab you, I'm like, this is hilarious. So that's good. All right.
Yeah, I work well with others. We play off each other. Me and E-dubs keep the good times rolling. But that is a big thing. You don't need a lot. I started without even a mic. I was a quick texter and typer.
Oh,
That was it. But like I said, I don't even have any fun overlays. I don't have. If I just recently set up bots, I had just a basic chat.
okay. Well,
So it is possible, guys. You
right.
can make the dreams happen.
And you know what? Teamwork makes the dream work. So, like you said,
That's it.
working with others and stuff like that, that's awesome. Okay, so money is obviously always going to be an object, right? So practically, what would you like your dream setup to be? Obviously within reason.
Within reason, like I said, I'd like to throw a PC into a mix. It doesn't even have to be a crazy gaming PC because until I am sitting financially where money isn't an option or an object, I get a crazy alien where my brand of choice in the PC world. But for right now, I'll smack a simple little Dell, something with a good processing just to run my stream, my overlays. Because like I said, until I get that monster of a computer, I'm going to be a console gamer. Or until, consoles become obsolete, which is going to be in the foreseeable future. But until then, I'd like to smack a PC into the mix. Cameras, mics, those are ever upgrading by the month. So maybe next month get a nice new mic. get the new next gen something. But other than that, for upgrading my stream, a bigger TV, a clearer picture. Who doesn't want the nicer things? But
Right.
I'm a simplistic man. I bring the fun to the table like this, content itself.
Right. No, that's exactly it. And like you said, just a testament of just getting out there and streaming. You do not need a lot. And like I said, those folks that do have these giant rigs don't necessarily put out the great content. So, there's always that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You have the guys that are so overplayed with their nice, crazy lights and all this and that, and it's more of a show than a stream or an interaction.
Right.
At that point, make a solid YouTube vid,
Right.
kind of thing.
All right. So, what type of streamer are you?
I call myself a comedic variety streamer. My gameplay is not there. I'm not the guy with the skills and the kills. I'm not dealing in the dubs. I'm wheeling and dealing in the fun.
Okay.
You even mentioned streams with E-dubs always bring you in, just the hilarity ensues, and then we're not forcing that. You can tell as soon as you walk in, it's a natural. We just kick off of each other, and the vibes keep it going.
Right.
But I'm a variety streamer. I'll pick up anything, play it once. Like for example, actually lately I've been playing the 2K21 or I don't even think it's a 2K game, but the golfing 2K21,
Oh.
and
Okay.
I've been loving that.
Okay.
And then tomorrow I'm gonna pick up like Call of Duty or Dragon Age or something completely back and forth. Some things you never see me playing, I'll play them tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll try anything, give it a shot.
All right. Okay. So that kind of goes into our next thing. What does your content consist of? Like, generally, you kind of did dabble on it, but what are you streaming nowadays, or what do you got coming up in the future?
A lot of times you'll catch a lot of co-op. A lot of co-op with me and E-dubs is technically my stream schedule as of late. I'll just jump on when he's playing. And I try to stay away from PvP. For the clips and the side content side of things, it's always good to get a good squad wipe on Apex. Makes for great content for clips. But you'll see a lot of, witty humor, make good little clip vids for us. I generally don't play shooters.
Okay.
More of a RPG kind of guy, story mode kind of games.
Okay.
Something you could get more involved with me playing the game more so than the game.
Right. And that's a lot of it is going to be that. So, all right. So let's. How were you introduced to streaming?
Well, I had recently, about a year ago, I had gotten clean, which we had talked about at the beginning of this month of October. I had gotten sober. I had a problem with drinking. I had stopped doing that completely. My wife had backed me on that. Really got me good and going. I found I had a lot of extra time
Okay.
when you're not doing bad things and doing self-destructive things. You
Right,
start
right.
thinking about good things to do.
Good.
I was working into getting back into work because a lot of issues came from burning myself out with work, taking on too much, led to other problems, so on. It was a big mess, fiasco, but I started getting everything together, and I had to stay busy.
Okay.
I had other problems going on, but the biggest issue that I had was if I'm not doing something, I'm going to start doing something.
Right.
So I joined a Facebook group that was just kind of video gamers chatting, and one guy, Monster 187, who is on Twitch, look him up, great guy, very good PUBG player. He varies now, but he's solidly PUBG. And he started streaming. I started watching him,
Okay.
and I was like, all right, this is cool. So I started as a viewer, and I started wondering. And then, like I said, I didn't have a mic. I didn't have, and I had an Xbox.
Right.
Xbox and the same TV that I'm still rocking with today.
Right.
Same thing. So I was like, all right, I can't do this. I can't talk to people. I don't have a camera. I don't have the fancy overlays. I ran into a couple different streamers that were playing Apex, playing Call of Duty, crazy fast-paced games, typing back. I'm
Right.
like, all right, if they could do that, I could play Final Fantasy and answer somebody with my turn-based self. So I was like, this is the thing I can do. And then I started digging deeper into the business side of things of it, and it became a big aspiration. There's a lot to it. Maybe. So I So I started looking into how I could dabble into other things, and 1 moment. So I started looking how I could dabble into other things into streaming,
Okay.
and realized I wanted to build a brand and build a business in it. So I started streaming, like I said, a little more than a year ago. Started on Mixer. That whole thing happened, which was a good time.
Right.
Now we're on Twitch.
RIP, right?
We're growing things, on things, communities, and all that, which is always a good time on the team. Shadow Pack Gaming, shout out,
Right.
yes, sir. And that's how I got into that. It all started from recreating my life itself.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little bit off script here. So you basically took the energy that you had from the things that you were doing, and then put them into something positive, and you found the streaming and the gaming a positive thing. Is that right?
Yeah, I was always gaming ever since I was very young. I can remember Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 was the first system of my own.
Right.
Yeah, that was my system. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, ran through it countless times with my mom.
Right.
My uncle's always beating all hell out of me in Mortal Kombat. I was the fatality tester.
Oh wow.
So, I grew up with a controller in my hand, and like I said, had to find something better to do with my time.
Right.
I threw myself into dad life because that was one of those bigger things. Is I took a lot of time away from my child,
Right.
and I can't, you know better than anybody.
Right.
You can't get that back.
Right.
You can buy them everything in the world. You cannot get back time.
Right. That's
So I started putting a lot of my time into that, and he watched these YouTubers and watched the child streamers and stuff, and I saw a lot of that there too, and I was like, okay, this backs that marketing I was talking about. It's a huge market.
right.
You're pulling in 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds. Last year got announced an 8-year-old making CEO salaries.
Right. It's like 26 million or
I'd like to be that 8-year-old,
Right.
So, so I started doing that, and then just started playing a lot of games. Started trying to get myself out there, building a network,
Good.
which took a lot of ups and downs.
Yes.
But
yes, it is.
positivity of video games, positivity of positive boredom.
Right. Well, I mean, one of the things, like, you're definitely an inspiration to me because, like I said, you know, as I was kind of stepping out, and I was actually getting pulled further and further away from streaming because of what was going on in my life. I find streaming as a way to balance myself out. And between you and a couple of others reaching out to me and like really just asking how I'm doing, just because you want to do it, um, kind of kept me grounded. And here I am, like I said, out here trying to support you guys. And
Yeah. Oh.
so, like I said, I just wanted to go ahead and make sure that the support and stuff like that that you showed me, I wanted to make sure I reciprocated, and I wanted to make sure I was going to be a part of the team you guys were going to be a part of and help you guys out. Because I can't stream that much, I don't got that much time, but I could do things like what we're doing today, and help push you guys to that next level. And like I said, being able to support somebody such as yourself and everybody else that's on the team is like what drives me to continue doing what I'm doing. So just want to say thank you for that.
I absolutely love the ideas that you came to me with about everything. The interviews, I love these. I love watching them back. I love the exposure. I love the drive and the ambition that you got for this, and the side content that you keep on coming up with, creativity. Even both from a viewer perspective, because as a viewer, it gets me to know my teammates. Because I have an interest in knowing them, but also them as people, as streamers. To meet new people.
Right. And that's the biggest thing is our
just
connections. Right. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yes. And, as side content, as a teammate, as a member of the team, that's a great thing to do, for the team, so to speak. So
cool. All right, so you kind of went into why you decided, because you kind of saw it was something positive. So we'll go ahead and skip over that. You kind of saw a market for growth for yourself. You turning something, positive boredom into something that could be definitely productive down the line, and hopefully sooner than later for sure. Because we all are kind of in the business on the team of becoming a little bit more professional than hobbyists. But I do got to hear it from you. Are you looking at becoming like enthusiasts, or are we thinking a little bit more professional route on this?
Um, we went over this before, and like I said, and now I can actually speak freely on it because when we discussed this, like you said, this is part two. When we discussed this the first time, I had to say I have side content coming. Shameless plug again. Here's it coming. Here it goes. So I had announced my podcast tomorrow morning. As a matter of fact, we're dropping episode 1. Livewire, uh, Livewire straight shooters cutting the crap. So there's going to be a lot of side content on that in the future. The foreseeable future, near goals. I'm looking to get that off the ground, grow my numbers in streaming. Maybe start a YouTube, some clips. But as far as a professional streamer, it'll tie in, but it won't be the long run. It'll be part of the whole gig. The whole shebang will be Lil Sanity, the streamer. He is part of this, and this. I want to be a multifaceted, multimedia empire. I want to have my hands in everything.
Right.
I want to dibble dabble in all of it. Have skyrocketing numbers on everything I do.
Right.
Streaming will always be a wonderful hobby for me. A good way to vent, to put it out there, because that's where it all started at.
Right.
Was to get it all out there. The recreation of me from what I was doing and who I was to what I do now. It's always going to be a big part of me, and I'm always going to enjoy what comes with streaming because it's a whole different aspect than sitting down and doing this or sitting down and doing the podcast, which because you do podcasts yourself. You can always hit the stop button, go back, try again, record it, recut it. We could redo this 5 times so it's picture perfect, and I didn't move halfway through, and we could start me sitting in the same spot with the same background.
We are so not doing that because we do this shit live.
Exactly.
There is no post.
Exactly. But when you're streaming, what happens is what happens.
Right.
It's raw, authentic interaction.
Good.
Which I love. I love getting to know people. I love building the communities, the feeling. The feeling's always genuine. Right. You go into these Discords, talk to certain ones where you really deal with these people. I come in and I say good morning, and 9 times out of 10 you hit me back with a good morning, and at that point it's no longer good morning community. It's hey, what's up? How's your day going? How's the kids? How's everything going?
Right.
It's a genuine interaction at that point.
Right.
And that's the same thing in these chats. You come into my chat, I'm no longer just I'm playing this game, I'm beating this mission. I'm like, hey, what's happening? How's your day going?
Right.
And I love that.
Right. And again, we kind of go back to those connections, right? And streaming is just one facet of, the full content creator that I'm seeing that, after our first conversation and seeing the stuff that you got coming out, like I said, being part of the team, being part of the stuff that you're doing on the side. I mean, it's going to be a multifaceted, content creator, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. So I'm here to help push you a little further, right?
Yeah. Hey, you're coming with me. Anybody that is here is coming up with me. I say it all the time. I'll call it a catchphrase, probably a ripped catchphrase for many, but we're going to power up on them. We are going up. I don't say I'm going up. I don't say I'm leveling up. I don't say I'm powering up. I say we're going up.
Right.
I don't get tired. It means we don't get tired.
Right.
We're all going up there. Period.
That's what I like.
Even if it's you're no longer streaming, you're just going up from plugging my media. Guess what? You're going to get me to 3,000 followers, and I'm not accepting anything less. And who did it? Flack, my media guru. He did it. Because we went out there as a team.
Right. Right.
He does rock my clips to death. That's what it takes. Because I don't settle for anything less. My team that I starts with is my team that goes with me.
I heard the hell out of that. All right, let's keep it going. All right, so we talked about you as a streamer. We talked about like I said, I think you'll see the viewers out here will see how your strengths, and obviously there are some weaknesses, but we're gonna skim over that because we're all about that positivity, and we all got room to grow. So, I mean, like you said, I know we're just going to get stronger and we're going to focus on our strengths while, working on our weaknesses. So we're just going to skim over that question. So, kind of talking about you, Sanity, outside of streaming, because again, you are a little bit more multifaceted than this, but what do you do outside of streaming, outside of content creating for fun?
Once I turn the internet off, like once there is no more computer, no more controller, no more keyboard, nothing.
Right.
Once the Wi-Fi is no more being used by me, I love my job. I just got into it, but I do outside work. I do tree care.
Okay.
I right now I'm just running a wood chipper and dragging branches, but I'm looking into going up in the air. I'm going to start climbing trees. I'm going to start cutting. I love outside work to begin with. I've done machine operating for the better part of 10 years. I want to stay right around there, 8 to 10. So I love being in that seat operating a giant video game to me. You get two joysticks. It's like a good old school arcade game.
Right. Right.
And I'm ripping out trees with it. But, that's what it does.
Right.
Of course, spend time with the family, spend time with my son. I can't think of any serious kind of hobby other than that. Time with the wife. We tend to find a show to not binge watch because we'll eat through it, but we try to do like an episode or two a night kind of thing.
Right.
So
Good.
usual simple guy kind of stuff.
Dad life is like what I like to call it because you sound exactly like me. Dad life kicking in. All right, so let's see here. All right, so kind of close. We're getting to the end of our interview here. So, is there something that you would like to before we get to our final question? Is there something that you would like to let the world know about you, just in general? Something that when they walk into your stream, they're gonna, you want them to know even before they walk in.
Nothing particularly. I mean, I know the 18 plus shows up as a banner, so I can't have to voice that. It's a good time. If you're here for gameplay, turn around. You've came to the wrong place. But if you're here for witty banter, some good fun, it's a good time. It's a good, genuine place to just hang out. I think that would be my slogan before you walk in.
Okay.
Especially if you catch the co-op streams or me with anybody. I play well off of other people. People play well off of me. We keep the jokes rolling.
Okay. All
So,
right. So
expect the unexpected.
we're running with our final question, and you probably revoiced it. And it's just something you can reiterate. But why should people come to your stream, and why should they come back?
That's a tough one to answer. Like I said, I don't play games that you could find for the kills or for the gameplay. There's a variety of reasons. Probably game choice. I'll play those games that most people won't. I've had a couple of times that people will come in and be like, "Hey, did you know that this game's on Game Pass?" And I've never heard of it before. 9 times out of 10 people haven't.
Right.
I'm like, no, cool. It's downloading now. And I'll go stream it tomorrow. It's a good time, like I just said. Like you said, I've explained it, but to reiterate it, it's different. It's not the everyday stream. You can look up 1 million skilled kills on YouTube. You can find 1,000,001 overtly flashy, overlaid streams on Twitch. But how many can you find with no camera, no overlay, mediocre at best gameplay, and you're going to sit there for an hour and still want to keep typing and still want to keep going? That's me. I'm him, because I'll keep you entertained. I'm very engaging. I try to be very engaging, very interactive. The second you come in, it's hello, how you doing? And you sat down. Why would you come back to my streets?
Right. Right. And it is
what I
fun.
mean?
And it is definitely a blast. And when I get a chance to get in there, I always try to say what's up. And like I said, it's always a good time. And I want to say, even one of the videos I did for the team, I was actually streaming you in the background, and then you stopped streaming when I tried to pull you up. And I was like, oh, he's not streaming anymore, guys. Sorry. So, all right. So,
Well, I definitely appreciate that.
yeah. So obviously, we are at the end of our interview. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, comments, or emotional outbursts for you, Little Sanity Zero, where can they find you?
Typically on Twitter, which is linked on my Twitch. That's the best way to get a hold of me. That's where I do most of my networking, most of my, announcements, everything of that nature. So look for anything that you want to find, or if you want to just find me, tell me how much of an ass I am. I can understand that. Send it my way. I promote all of my friends, including, great interviewer here, Mr. Flack,
Thank
which
you.
I
Thank you.
appreciate the time, good sir.
So,
But Twitter probably the best route.
So if you guys don't know, it's twitch.tv/LILSANITYZR. Is a zero or is it an O?
0.
Zero. And I'll make sure all that
Yes.
information is linked in the bottom in the descriptions below. If there isn't anything else, I'm going to go ahead and transition to our end screen. Little Sanity Zero, I want to say thank you for your time. We are going to be talking to you again on some more topics. And regarding your podcast, I know by the time this video comes out, that podcast will be already shot out there. We'll make sure we get the word out. Again, I'm super excited to hear about it. Congratulations on that. And we're looking forward to seeing some really nice things come from you.
Thank you, good sir. Like I said, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you asking me to do this, not only the first time, but to take the time out to do it properly again. So certainly appreciate that. And like you said, the podcast, shamelessly plug me away. Throw me everywhere you want. I'll take it. Look for it. I appreciate it.
All right,
And,
Sanity. Thank you for your
I
time,
wish I
sir. Peace out to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So again, that just concludes one of our other interviews again of the Shadow Pack Gaming News and Updates. Meet the team. We just were done talking to Lil Sanity Zero. Again, that's twitch.tv/LILSANITYZR0. Again, one of the great streamers that really kept me grounded. I really enjoyed, interacting with him and making a connection with him. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about him, in this interview. And like I said, go ahead and click on that link below in the description. We're going to make sure all of his contact information is available. Jump into a stream, tell him the Shadow Pack, gaming, news, network, and updates have sent you, and, we're just really going to, just like what he said, teamwork makes the dream work. Again, thank you for taking your time out to watch today's episode. And until the next time, we'll talk to you later. Peace.